He says they see cars as only a small fraction of the electric vehicle startup's future business. So the headliner, the background behind us there, and it's AI generated, by the way, it did a pretty good job. If you notice, it spelled everything correctly on this image, which is still a challenge for AI.
Yes, it is.
So the article here starts, Lucid aims to be a 20% car company and 80% tech supplier. And this is according to the CEO, Pete Rawlinson, which appears to be a shift. We thought all along that they were serious about building the Lucid Air and the Sapphire and the Gravity now, but it looks like they're planning their future to be parts and licensing and a car company still, but certainly that would dominate. He says they see cars as only a small fraction of the electric vehicle startup's future business. Quoting, he said, I'd love to be 20/80, 20% doing cars and 80% licensing. This was according to Inside EVs in an interview that he did with Bloomberg in San Francisco. He said, because the vision I have for Lucid is, just as there's an Intel chip inside your laptop, there's a Lucid inside Honda and Toyota. Wouldn't that be nice, though?
That would be nice, actually.
And he said, Intel rode the personal computing revolution by supplying processors to the electronics companies like IBM and Apple. Not much different than NVIDIA supplying GPUs to the AI companies and AI data centers.
Exactly.
So anyway, Rawlinson thinks that Lucid could play a similar role for EVs by selling its EV powertrains to the world's car manufacturers. He didn't specify a timeline for when this ratio would begin to kick in, all of the licensing deals. He said the big reason for Lucid selling cars at all is to market its underlying technology. So they're pretty proud of that.
We've talked in the past about Lucid being an engineering company, and it seems like this would fit better with the idea of their strength is their engineering. Time and again, whether it's Sandy Munro taking a part of Lucid, whether it's Car and Driver or Motor Trend giving them the car of the year, the technology comes to the forefront. It's getting to where it's pretty widely recognized in the industry that Lucid has the best tech. I'm intrigued by this to see how it will come. I think we got a glimpse of it with the Aston Martin deal from a couple years ago.
Correct. Now, for those of you that are disappointed that Lucid may not continue to make cars, that isn't the case. They're saying they are targeting 1 million cars per year by the early 2030s. It's a ways away. And currently, the production run in 2024 at least was 9,000 cars. So they've got a ways to go to reach 1 million. So Lucid has a history. They also supplied battery tech in the past for Formula E, which is the electric racing series. At least one automaker has signed on as a customer, like you mentioned, Aston Martin. This British car maker inked a $450 million deal using Lucid's motors, battery technology, and Wonderbox, as they call it, which facilitates charging and its upcoming electric models. And the startup, Lucid, said that they are in talks with other car companies. Now, one thing that Lucid doesn't have quite perfected yet is the full self-driving. That still seems to be the gift of Tesla at this point.
Right.
So they do say that they want to license Lucid's tech to car makers so that they can manufacture components like battery packs, motors, and transmission units themselves, which now gets Lucid off the hook with building plants, additional plants.
Right.
All very costly and, slow rate of return for investment.
Well, and one of the things Peter Rawlinson was saying when it came to licensing, he doesn't just want to be a parts provider. He wants to license the engineering plans to these companies and have them build their own parts. Like Aston Martin, they pay Lucid $450 million for the right to build their own parts based on Lucid's technology. Then that means Lucid, by definition, isn't losing money because they're not spending the money to build the parts. They're just getting the royalties in.
Yeah, it seems like a wise strategy.